Word up, word up. Actually, let me turn this down 1 sec. Oh. Good morning, people. I'm learning this time. I'm looking directly into the camera as opposed to at the screen. So yeah, Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon Vinyasa with myself, Mark, Akwaaba Yoga. In the background, you've got the sounds of one of my favourite artists, Black Coffee, and spinning at a gig in Paris. But yeah, I'm about to kick off. I think live chat should be enabled. So yeah, and obviously during the class we'll be practicing. But if you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in at the end, and I'll have a look. Hope everyone's staying well and healthy. And yeah, the main thing for today is to really just get comfortable with feeling into your body. And we're going to do some breath work. So the idea is really to connect the breath with the body. And we're going to discover some more muscles. And also don't think that there is a perfect pose. Don't try and, I guess, imitate what we might see on Instagram with the perfect pictures. You'll see me falling out of poses. So if you fall out, it's all good. Just step back into it. If you've got water, have it handy. We'll take some water breaks. But yeah, let's get cracking. So if you've got a mat, it's all good. If you don't, just come onto a stable surface. Like I said, it's suitable for beginners, experience alike. If you're experienced and you want to take an extra flow, yeah, it's all good. But otherwise, you try and stay with us throughout the duration. But yeah, listen to our mats. Oh, let's turn the music off. Cool. So just keep your water handy beside you. We're going to start on our knees again. Where are we? I'll tell you what, if you've got any knee issues and you find that a bit tough, feel free to come to a cross-legged position. Or otherwise, if your knees are a bit sore on the floor, feel free to get a towel or a jumper or anything. Just place it so it sits just in a crease, and that just takes some pressure on the knees. So I've got dodgy right knee, so I'm going to do that myself. So your knees apart, your feet together. I'm just going to come to stillness. Just take both your hands, place your hands on your knees, and just close your eyes. Just come to a natural breath here. Just feel your ribs expanding and contracting. You feel yourself fidgeting. Just notice it, and then if you can, just come to stillness. Just blink up your eyes. We're going to start off by coming into what we've done before. So it's called box breathing. Box breathing just helps to calm yourself down. And again, it's something you can use beyond the mat. So if you're out and about when this whole thing is over, you're at work and you've got the presentations, you're in that whole fight or flight mode, you'll just calm and relax your heartbeat. And box breathing is something you can really just start to bring into your daily practice. So box breathing is simply you're going to inhale for a count of, let's say, 3. We're going to hold the breath for a count of 3. We're going to exhale for a count of 3. And again, hold the breath for count of 3. So it's inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So I'm doing this with you. I'm doing a practice with you. So don't feel as if you're getting out of breath. If you are, then I probably am as well. So together, feel free to keep your eyes open or close your eyes. So all as one. Let's inhale for the count of 3, 2, 3. Hold a breath for count of 3. Exhale for count of 3. Hold a breath for count of 3. And again, inhale for count of 3. Exhale. So hold a breath for count of 3. Exhale for count of 3. Hold at the bottom for count of 3. Let's do one more round together. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Open your eyes if your eyes are closed. Shake out your arms. Maybe move your head from side to side. Now let's just take a gentle twist just to warm up the spine and the insides. Twists are really good for the digestive system, for rinsing ourselves out. So you can start with the right hand. So right hand, take your right hand, place your right hand on your left knee. Take your left hand and place it, if you can, just behind your back foot. So you really want to be long in your torso, in your spine. So on the inhale, start to draw up for the torso. And on the exhale, just start to twist. So again, it's keeping your chin over your chest. You're not twisting with the neck. You're really trying to twist from the belly up. Inhale to draw up. And exhale to twist. There's one more. Inhale to draw up. And exhale to twist. And relax. If you've done any morning stretches, then you just feel into your body right now. So don't go too far. Just take it to your edge. I practiced for 8 years yoga, and I currently practice at a yoga edge in Crystal Palace. So you might hear me use one or two phrases referring you going to your edge. It's a really good phrase. So don't go beyond your edge. Don't stress or strain your body too tough. Let's take our left hand this time. Place the left hand on the right knee. Again, take the right hand, just place the right hand behind the foot. On the inhale, draw up. And on the exhale, start to twist. Again, twist from the belly. Really feel as if you're rinsing out your insides. Doing some magical work to your intestines, your digestive system. Just one more. Inhale to draw up. Exhale to twist. And relax. Again, shake out the arms. Maybe move the head from side to side. If you're on your knees, just start to come off your knees. Remove any towels or blankets or shorts. I'm going to now come into one of my favourite poses. This is a child's pose. Child's pose is a pose you can take at any moment during this practice. If you want to catch your breath, if your mind is racing, you don't feel like you're present, just catch yourself if you're not present and just come into child's pose. It's a nice pose to relax into. Now, there's no expectation for your butt to touch your heels. Mine certainly don't. But you want your knees to be apart and your feet together at the back of your mat. Just start to walk your hands forward. So you're creating length in your spine. If your bum is up here, it's all good. Again, just go towards your edge. And bring your forehead, if it can, to the mat. And relax down. We're now going to come into what we call Ujjayi breathing, the Ujjayi breath. So if your forehead on the mat, start to inhale through the nose and exhale with the mouth open onto the mat. Really feel as if it's a winter's morning
and you're trying to fog up the windows, that's the mode of breathing you're going for at the moment. Just inhale through the nose. Really force all the air from your lungs out through the mouth as you fog up on the mat. So let's go for one more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth and relax your shoulders down. Bit of your shoulders are drawn up to your ears if they are. Just relax your shoulders down. Unclench the fists if they're clenched up. Maybe move your hips from side to side. Now, Ujjayi breathing is exactly the same as what we've just done, but this time you're going to close the mouth and breathe out through the nose. So inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And again, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So you're creating that whisper-like sound. Feel as if you've got Darth Vader in the room with you. It's that Darth Vader sound you're going for. So again, in through the nose. Let's breathe together. Out through the nose. On the next inhale, let's start to press up through the knees and onto the hands. We're now going to come into our first tabletop position. So with your shoulders stacked over your wrists, your hips stacked over your knees, your feet are untucked, they're flat on the mat. Your hands and your knees are hip distance apart. On the inhale, you can watch me from first, or you've not done it before. We're going to just barrel roll the belly down, take our glance, our gaze up to the front vertical, and on the exhale, draw in your belly, push the hands into the mat, and come to that angry cat pose. Really create space in between shoulder blades. And on the reverse, again, inhale, barrel roll the belly down, really undulate the belly. Look up to the front diagonal. And on the exhale, again, push into the mat. Don't forget to draw in the belly. And let's go for one more. Inhale. So we look up one more time to the front diagonal. Really enjoy the undulation and the movement of your back here. On the exhale, push into the mat with the hands. Curl the shoulders. For the next couple of breaths, just take a freedom of movement. So just take responsibility for your movement here. Don't focus on being diligent to keep it a straight line. Just move with a sense of freedom. Keep the hands on the mat so you can maybe take a figure of 8 with the hips. You might discover some tightness in the hips if it feels tight but somewhat nice on one side. Just hold it there for a second. Just feel that tightness. And again, take the other side. I'm going to take one hand up and just start to release out through the shoulders. Just wind the shoulders up. Bring some movement in there. You go from one side, again, just take the other side. Just wind up through the shoulders. Just wake up your sockets. And when you're ready, just come back into a tabletop. Let's take one more cat and cow. So again, barrel the belly down, take the gaze up to the front diagonal. Draw the elbows together as you look up, and on the exhale, push your hands into the mat. Go for the angry cat position. And on the exhale, release back to neutral. And from here, we're going to just curl the back toes under. And just lift the knees so they're 2 centimeters off the ground. All of a sudden, we're turning on the abs, waking on the abs, and drop the knees back down. Let's take one more. Again, just push into the mat with the hands and lift the knees just 2 centimeters off the mat. Turn on your quads maybe, and push all the way up. Take your inverted V as we come into our first downward facing dog. From here, again, just feel into your legs. This might be the first time you're waking up with your legs today, so just start to maybe walk them out from left to right. Feel into the shoulders. Maybe with some movement, going backwards and forwards between the hands and the feet. As you do this, just come into a stationary position where there's a sense of equilibrium in terms of your weight distribution between your hands and your feet. You don't want to be too far over onto the hands. You don't want to just be sinking so far down. Energetically, you want to feel as if you're drawing your heels towards the mat. So your heels might not reach, your heels might be high up here. That's all good. Just energetically feel as if your heels draw into the mat. And using your hands, just push the heels of the hands into the mat, just to create a bit more height in your tailbone. And take your gaze just in between the feet at the back of the mat. Again, if you can, just draw in your abs here. Your belly muscles will really help protect your lower back during this practice. I'm tired, I'm sure you are. So on the inhale, let's just step onto our toes and slowly start to tiptoe towards the front of the mat. And reward yourself by just hanging heavy. So just hang the arms heavy, just surrender and allow gravity to take control here. So you see, I'm not trying to hold up my arms, I'm not trying to force myself in, I'm just really relaxed. So likewise, just let your head be heavy. Maybe take hands to opposite elbows and just sway from side to side. Your feet here, they're hip distance apart. Maybe take a slight bend. On the inhale, just release the hands down and start to roll vertebra by vertebra up. So again, keep the arms heavy. Keep the head heavy. Come all the way to the top of your mat. Let your shoulders roll back. Take your head up. And just stand with your feet hip distance apart in what we call mountain pose Tadasana. Before we get into the flow, we're going to just start to isolate the shoulders. The shoulders, as you probably saw from when we were in downward facing dog, they can get tight, the muscles start twitching. So we're going to just isolate the shoulders by bringing some movement to the shoulders. So again, in Tadasana, your feet are planted firmly on the mat. Just roll up through the shoulders, take your shoulders to the ears. You're not bringing your head down, we're just isolating the shoulders. So your shoulders are coming up to your ears. Draw your shoulders back. So your shoulder blades are touching. Roll them down. And let's go for another cycle. So again, your shoulders are coming up to the ears. Draw your shoulders back. And let your shoulders relax down. Let's take the reverse. So just take it in the opposite direction. If you're going back to front, take front to back and vice versa. I'm going back to front. So I'm drawing my shoulders back. Drawing them up to the ears, forward and down. And again, shoulders up to the ears, forward and down. Again, just step to the front of your mat here. You're going to take your arms straight up to the sky. So really create, again, lengthen the torso. Try and feel as if someone's pulling you up from your hands. So try and touch the ceiling. Really breathe beyond the hands here. As you breathe in and on exhale, bring the hands to your chest. Just close your eyes for a second. And we're just going to set an intention for the rest of the practice, the intention being enjoyment. So enjoy the fact that you've woken up and you've turned up today, whether you're experienced, you're a beginner. Just reward yourself and pat yourself on the back and enjoy discovering the movement of our bodies, the bodies that we're blessed with. Just open your eyes. On the inhale, take our prayer up to the ceiling. Again, draw it through the belly. And on the exhale, draw the hands in between the chest and we're bending from the hip. And we're coming straight back down to the mats. Ooh. This time, just take your feet so the hip distance apart. We're going to come into a halfway lift. So using our left hand, put our left hand on the left shin, our right hand on the right shin. On the inhale, really straighten out the arms, draw the shoulders back as we just did. As you warm the shoulders up and take the gaze just to the front of the mat. You're not looking up. Relax the shoulder, relax the head. Just take the gaze to the front, and on the exhale, release down. That's your halfway lift. Let's go for another one. Again, hands on the shins. On the inhale, use the ujjayi breath. Just draw the shoulders back. And on the exhale, relax down to the mat. Let's go for one more. Again, left hand on the left shin, right hand on the right shin. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, lengthen out the arms. So you've got a nice straight back here. And on the exhale, release the hands down. Let's place the left hand and the right hand at the front of the mat. Step our left foot back and our right foot back as we come into our first plank. If this is the first time you've ever done plank, just congratulate yourself here. This is not an easy pose. It's really hard on the abs, which is why I'm slowly getting out of breath. You're doing a lot of work here. Just roll forwards and back on the toes. At any point, you can drop the knees to the mat and just do the same. Just go forwards and back. Together, on the next inhale, we're going to roll forward. Again, drop the knees. On the exhale, we're going to bend through the arms and bring our torso, our chest, flat onto the mat. We're going to come into a cobra pose, so uncurl the back toes, so the toes are now flat on the mat. So place our hands so they're just in front of our mats. You want your elbows underneath your shoulders. On the inhale, start to just pull, energetically pull your body through your arms. That'll create more height. Press the back of your toes into the mat. The back of your toes are pressing into the mat. Your knees might lift up off the mat. On the exhale, release down. Let's go for one more. So again, on the inhale, energetically feels as if you're pulling your body, your torso, in between your arms. Press your feet in the back of the mat. Don't forget to switch on your feet. And on the exhale, release down to the mat. Let's take our left hand underneath our shoulder, our right hand underneath our shoulder. I'm going to push up into a tabletop position where we started. And together, let's all push up into a down facing dog. Ooh. So again, energetically, just feel as if your heels are drawing towards the mat. Shake out your head and just come into stillness. On the next inhale, step our left foot into the middle of the mat just behind us. So the left foot is stepped into the middle of the mat behind us. Our right foot is going to raise up. You're not going to go high. Take it to the horizontal. So your right leg is horizontal. It's parallel to the floor. Not only are you working your hamstrings here, but also you're gaining strength in your quad. And on the inhale, let's step the foot forward. So the front, the right foot now steps and sits in between our hands at the front of the mat. Our left foot, let's just walk it over, shuffle it over, so it's towards the left side of the back of the mat. Once you're comfortable, you've got stability, you feel grounded in your pose, start to draw and place your left heel down. So now your back foot is placed flat on the mat as well. You're not on your toes anymore. And slowly start to lift the torso up. Ooh. As you come into your warrior one. So again, if this is the first time you've done it, congratulate yourself. This is the warrior one. This is a really strong pose. So you want to feel as if your hips are facing forward towards the front of your mat. You want a slight bend in your front knee. Try to have the leg isn't straight here. You've got a bend in your front knee. Feel as if you're pushing your energy in your back foot towards the back of the left foot.
So you're not collapsing into your knee. Again, feel as if your back foot is pointing out towards, if that's 12 o'clock, your back foot's pointing towards 10 o'clock. So you're protecting your left knee. And when you're ready, start to draw the hands up to the sky into Warrior One. And notice I'm not collapsing down here. I've got a massive curve in my lower back, hyperlordosis, so quite often I'm like that. So I really have to draw in my abs here, really drawing the abs to create length in your torso. Really feel as if you're drawing up for the torso. You're really working your body. And on the exhale, take the hands back down. Well done. Take the hands back down to the front of the mat. Take the right foot, step it all the way back again as you come into that delightful plank. Again, just roll forwards and back on the toes in our plank position. As you roll forwards, just drop the knees and bring the torso down, flat on the mat. Again, uncurl the back toes. This time, we can go for an upward facing dog. So your hands remain where they are. So your hands are underneath your shoulder blades. Try not to fan out your shoulders, your elbows. Draw your shoulders into your body. And start to push into the mat with the hands. And again, draw your torso through. Create height. Push the back of your feet into the mat. And on the exhale, using the hands, push into the mat and come into our downward facing dog. The joys of doing yoga at home is that my mat keeps on moving on this lovely carpet, so I'm just making a quick adjustment. So again, I'm back with you, back in downward facing dog. Again, energetically feels as if your heels are drawing towards the mat, your hands are pushing into the mat, and you've got a sense of equilibrium between the front and the back. Your tailbone is nice and high. Again, remember to listen to your body. At any point, feel free to take your child's pose. Knees apart, feet together. If you're all back with me, let's step our right foot just into the center of the mat at the back. On the inhale, we're going to lift our left foot this time, up to the horizontal. So again, it's parallel to the mat. Your toes are curled in towards your face. You might really be shaking in the triceps now. It's a really good workout. And on the inhale, we're going to step the left foot forward. You might be stepping it forward like this, which is fine. Step the left foot forward so it sits just inside of the left hand at the front of the mat. Again, just start to shuffle out the right foot. So the right foot is placed towards the right hand side of the back of the mat and drop the heel down. Then the back of the foot is flat on the mat. Once you feel stable and comfortable, start to lift the torso up. Ooh. Again, embrace these shakes or wobbles. If you fall out, it's all good. Just calm back into it. No one's watching, no one's judging you here. The worst judge can be yourself, so take any pressure off yourself. Your back foot this time is facing out towards 2 o'clock. So again, you don't want to really sprayed out. You don't want to dump weight into your knee. Try and place your foot so it's facing 2 o'clock. You want a slight bend, your left knee. Again, you're drawing up through the torso. So really push the hips forward, tuck in your belly. And on the inhale together, you're going to draw the hands up to the ceiling. And stay for 2 breaths. Again, in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Let's take one more. In through the nose. And on next exhale, let's bring our hands to the front of the mat. You know where we're going now. Taking the left foot towards the back of the mat. So we're back into our plank. Again, just rock forwards and back on the toes. Really good work on the abs. Again, drop the knees or come straight down into a low plank. On the inhale, you're going to
Back of the feet flat on the mats. Let's push up into our upward facing dog. Ooh. Maybe take the gaze over to the right foot. And then over the left shoulder towards the left foot. Let's come into center. On it. Next breath, just push into the mat. And again, come into our downward facing dog. If you've lost the Ujjayi breath, just come back into it here. We're going to be here just for 5 breaths. So again, it's in through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Just 2 more breaths here. Really feel as if your shoulder blades are drawn away from each other. So curling your arms. 1 more breath. Let's together just drop our knees to the mat. Got some good work so far. So again, your knees are far apart. Let's bring our toes together. Let's use this opportunity to take a water break. Toilet break, a water break. And just come into child's pose. As you come to child's pose this time, just see if you've created any more room in your hips. See if you feel a bit more open in the hips. They might go down even if it's a millimeter. It's great work to have done in such a short space of time. Yeah, bring the forehead down and just relax. Relax your shoulders. Unclench the jaw if you're clenching the jaw. And if you can, just for a couple of seconds, just take your mind out from wherever it might be. Whether it's outside, wishing to be outside, or whether it's thinking about what you've got planned for the rest of the day. Just bring yourself here. Just do yourself some justice of giving yourself some personal time. Time to discover how connecting the breath to the body can really enhance and bring a new sense of movement and discovery. On the next inhale, again, let's come back into our tabletop position. So hands to the front of the mat. Let's widen the feet. So now they've been hip distance apart. Curl the back toes under. We're going to push into that downward facing dog. We're going to take a slight variation of what we just did before. So again, you're taking the right foot, lifting the right foot so it's horizontal and parallel to the floor. And drawing the right foot so it sits just inside the right hand at the front of the mat. If you remember, just to shift the left foot over towards the left-hand side of the mat and drop the heel down. So again, your back foot's pointing out towards 10 o'clock if you're looking at a clock. Start to lift up off the knee. Let's tuck the hips in. Draw the hands up to the sky for a warrior 1. This time I'm going to come to warrior 2. So your right hand's going to go forward. Your left hand's going to go back. Remember to keep a slight bend in the front knee. Again, it's another strong, powerful pose. So really feel as if you're a strong warrior here. Might sound a bit weird, being a warrior in your living room, but just work with me here. Again, in through the nose, out through the nose. Really engage that. It's a lovely muscle that goes along the front of the belly and the sides, called a transverse abdominis. Really use that muscle. That's the one that no one can see, but that's the most amount of work. Really engage that muscle there to stay strong and upright. On the next inhale, I'm going to flip our front palm over. So our palms facing towards the ceiling. And I'm going to just gently start to seesaw the right hand up. Take the left hand, just place it by the left hip And just again, go to your edge. Just keep the legs where they are. Don't, if you can, don't make that front leg straight. Keep the right leg bent. And take your gaze up to the hand, or relax the neck down to the mat. If it's there for you, you can go a bit further. Just use the left hand to create a bit of an obstacle. So you're going up and over the left hand, and maybe going a bit further back. Again, just go towards your edge. We're still in Ujjayi breath here. On the next inhale, well done guys. Start to cartwheel the right arm, so right elbow just sits. We're not relaxing just yet. So your right elbow just sits just inside of the right thigh. And use that resistance just to help you open up. Again, just allow yourself to be vulnerable here. You're opening up your heart. But again, no one's here to judge you. Just enjoy the opening. Across the front of your body, you might start to feel just the inside of your right thigh and your hip flexors just turn on. And on the exhale, we're going to cartwheel both hands down. So the hands now frame the front foot. So the left hand is on the left hand side of the mat, the right hand's on the right hand side of the mat. And take the right foot back to meet the left foot at the back of the mat. Before we come into our low plank, let's take our right hand, place our right hand in the middle of the mat this time. And for the first one, I'm going to drop the right knee into the middle of the mat and take the right foot just further back. And then drop the left heel again back, so it's pointing, the left foot's pointing towards 10 o'clock again. We're going to come into a modified side plank. So feel nice and strong in your right hand. Start to open up the body. Your left hand, again, someone's trying to pull you up with the hand and also through the hip. So you're not just coming up. The hand really feels as if your hip has been turned on. You're creating a nice curvature on the top side of your body. Maybe take your gaze down to your right hand. If it's there for you, you can take the right foot, join the left foot at the back. For 2 more breaths. For 1 more. And drop the left hand down. Well done, guys. And now we can come through our Vinyasa. So our Vinyasa is what we've been doing all along. So go from high plank, maybe drop the knees or come straight down to a low plank. On the inhale, uncurl the back toes and push up into an upward facing dog. Really enjoy the room is creating your chest, draw your shoulders back. And then exhale, push into the mat. Come back into a downward facing dog. Really well done there, guys. I'm knackered. So we're going to repeat it now on the left hand side. So this time we're going to take our left foot, I should say. Take it up, so it's parallel to the floor. We'll draw our toes towards our face. And on the next breath, we're going to step the left foot. Again, you might want to walk it forward step by step. I'm going to step the left foot so it sits just inside of the left hand. Maybe take the right foot, just shuffle it over towards the right hand side of the mat. Drop the right heel down. So this time the right foot is pointing out towards 2 o'clock. Once you feel stable in your feet here, just start to lift up your torso. Come into your warrior 1. Just take the arms up. Again, just draw in your belly and create length and height in your torso. Just inhale for 1 more breath. And then exhale. This time taking the left hand forward and the right hand back. I'm going to spin around so you can see my other side. So you see where my feet are positioned and my hands. So again, your left foot's forward, your right foot's at the back, your left hand is forward,
Your right hand is back. Again, remember to keep that bend in that front knee. Again, if you've got knee issues, maybe walk it in a little bit. Just listen to your body. Really take responsibility and ownership of your body here. On the next inhale, as we do on the other side, flip the left palm over. Start to seesaw that left hand up, that right hand down. Again, take the right hand, just place it just on the hip. It's a side bend here, not a back bend. So you can just go towards your edge. Take it to your edge. Take your gaze up to your left hand, or maybe just give your neck a break. Let it relax on the, I'm looking down at the ground. Ooh. On the next inhale, start to cartwheel over. And this time take the left elbow and place it just inside of the left thigh. So you're just trying to touch it. You're really working your abs as opposed to just collapsing into the pose. Really trying to work your midsection. And then with the right hand, start to take the right hand up to the sky. Ooh. Use resistance of the elbow just to create a bit more room as your body will allow. You know your body better than anyone else. So just go to your limit, to a place which is enjoyable but still a bit challenging. And on the next breath, let's cartwheel the hands again down towards the front of the mat. You're taking your left foot to join the right foot at the back of the mat. Again, just roll forward and back in our high plank. Before we go for our vinyasa, we're going to take our left hand this time and place it in the middle of the mat. Drop our left knee to the middle and take our left foot towards the back of the mat, trying to avoid hitting radiators. Let's drop the right heel. So our right foot is now flat on the mat. That's a nice modification. Just enable us just to come into our side plank. So again, take the right hand up to the sky. Okay, just embrace this openness you're creating. You can maybe relax the neck down. Again, if you want to take a different challenge, maybe lift the left knee up. And remember to draw up through your right hip. So really barrel roll in your body. And one more. Take the hands to the front of the mat. And you know where we're going now. We're going through a vinyasa. So roll forward to the front of the toes. Either come straight down or place the knees down first. Take your chest to the mat as you come to a low plank. Remember to tuck the elbows in. As you push up into your upward facing dog, your feet are flat on the mat. On an exhale, push back into our downward facing dog. Just hold it there for 3 breaths. I'm going to spin back round. Adjust my mat. Let's all inhale together through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Again, allow yourself to be silly. Just let what comes out of the mouth just come. Inhale through the nose and exaggerate. Just force the air out. Maybe shake out the head. Just take one more. Inhale through the nose. Release any tension, any stress, any worries. On the next inhale, start to walk our feet towards the front of the mat. Slowly start to draw your body up vertebra by vertebra. Again, keep the arms nice and heavy. I'll move you here. Again, just draw the shoulders back. Stand in Tadasana pose on your mat. Your palms facing forward. Your chest is out. Engage that muscle, your transverse abdominis, the hidden muscle that does all the work in your abs. I'm going to turn and face you here. We're going to come into a balancing pose. So feel a sense of stability in your feet, really feel grounded. The ground is there to support you. Just shake out the right foot and come into a tree pose. So you want to take the right foot and place your right foot. If you've got socks, be careful, it might be a bit slippery. Just place the right foot on the inside of our left calf, our left shin. Embracing your wobbles again. If it's there for you, you can take your right foot and place it inside of your left thigh. You really want to avoid placing your foot against your knee. It's a delicate part of the body, the knee. So you take your right foot to your left thigh, or your right foot to your left calf. Once you're there, again, just embrace any wobbles. Just take your hands to your chest. Again, if you fall out, don't worry, just come back into it. And just focus on the breath. Focus on the breath here as opposed to the pose. And you'll find it 10 times easier. So really, again, as we've done, create length for your torso. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. You take your arms apart. Test your balance, test your wobble. And then place your right foot down. Well done. You're going to switch legs now. So again, feel nice and stable on the right foot. Maybe fan out the feet. Take your left foot this time, lift your left foot up. And place your left foot so it sits just inside of your left calf. Or you can take it so it sits just inside of your right calf, sorry, or sits inside of your right thigh. Again, just avoid the knee. Again, just draw up through your torso. Embrace any wobbles. Take your hands to your chest. Take your arms out wide. Use your arms if you need to, just to find your stationary, stable point. And hold it there if you can, just for 3 breaths. Maybe close your eyes. Closing your eyes really throws off your balance. But just feel this is a nice place to really challenge yourself. And relax. Relax the foot down to the mat. We're going to step back towards the front of the mat. Take the arms up to the sky. And on exhale, draw the hands through the chest. So you take your hands towards the ground. It's like a halfway lift, so hands to the shins. Again, draw the shoulders back. Lengthen out the hands, the arms. Take your gaze to the front of the mat. And relax the hands down. And step back into a plank. We're going to come from a high plank. Drop the knees or come straight down to a low plank. Uncurl the back toes as we push up into an upward facing dog. And then curl the toes back under. So we come into a downward facing dog. Well done. We're almost there, guys. Just step or hop towards the front of the mat. And come sitting down on our bum, on our glutes. Without you realising that your glutes have done a lot of work today. You're supporting yourselves through your warrior ones and your warrior twos. I'm going to come into a nice chest opener. So you're keeping your feet flat on the mat, your knees pointed towards the sky. Just roll back onto your back. Let's enjoy this for a couple of breaths, the support the ground has given you. See if you can just tap with the back of your heels. If you can tap the back of your heels, then that's great. And relax back down. So come into a bridge pose. If you've got any blocks handy, and you've got any lower back pain, you can place the block underneath your sacrum. Otherwise, just watch me as we push into the ground with our feet, and we start to lift up first from the lower back. Our bum lifts up, our lower back, our middle back, finally our upper back. So resting our shoulders. It's feels as if you're
Your hips have been drawn up towards the ceiling. Your feet and your knees are nicely hip distance apart. Again, turning your glutes, your bum muscles here. Maybe take your hands and just feel as if your glutes are turned on. That will help you get a bit more height. And on exhale, release back down. So upper back first, then middle back, lower back. Just take your feet together. Put your knees apart. So you come into Baddha Konasana legs. Oh. Again, without you doing too much work, you're just giving into gravity, and gravity is allowing your hips to open up here. Get a nice stretch in your hip flexors without you doing too much work. If you want to bring a bit of resistance, maybe take your hands and place them just inside of your thighs. You're not trying to force your thighs down. Just enjoy the gentle opening you're giving to your hips. We'll go for one more bridge pose. So again, if you're using a block, place a block underneath your sacrum, your lower back. Just draw the knees together. I haven't got a block handy. So with you, like here, I'm going to come into a bridge pose, being really conscious and careful of my lower back. So again, on the inhale, it starts to lift the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Just sit there nicely. Maybe you want to take your hands and interlace your hands like this, just underneath your lower back, just to create a bit more height. You might start to take your shoulders underneath. Ooh. Engage your glutes. Are your glutes engaged? Just hold it for 2 more breaths. 1 more. And relax. Try not to drop. Just take it down slowly. Upper back, middle back, and lower back. Again, take your feet together and your knees apart. So you come to your Baddha Konasana legs. Just place your hands inside your thighs. Just close your eyes here for, again, 2 more breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Let's start to draw our knees back in towards the center. Again, be careful and be mindful if you've got any neck issues here. If you're fine to, just draw the knees up into the chest. Take your hands and wrap them around your knees. Again, be mindful of your neck. Just start to bring your head up. And see how far you can take your head towards your knees. If it's nice and it's there for you, maybe kiss your knees. So relax and start to gently massage your lower back. Just take it one way and then just take it in the opposite direction. You may be feeling nice and relaxed here, but we're not finished yet. We're going to say thank you to our abs by doing some quick ab work. Just a couple of exercises, if that. So take our knees so they're stacked over our hips. You want your shins at a right angle. Ladies, if it's not suitable for you, give it a time. Maybe place your knees on the ground, your feet on the ground. So again, just listen to your bodies here. The inversion for ladies might not be so good. So again, just really be responsible for your practice. If you can though, if your knees above your hips, take the hands behind the head. Come into some gentle crunches. So just 10 with me. 1, 2, head is off the mat. 3, 4, try and keep your legs stable. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On number 10, see if you can hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, freedom. 1. Well done. Just going to come into one more ab exercise. Again, this one you can keep your feet, so the soles of your feet are flat on the mat. You can take your legs at right angles. You can take it closer in or further out.
Be mindful, if you take them further out, it's going to make it a little bit harder. So pick wisely. So this time I'm going for ankle taps. So the right hand's going to tap the right ankle, the left hand's going to tap the left ankle. This one I'm going to go for 20. So again, if you've got neck issues here, just be very, very careful. With me. So inhale to draw up, and we go. Right first, 1, left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right side, left side, and relax. Maybe lengthen out the legs so they're straight in front of you. Take your hands over the head, so there's one long line you're creating here. Take a deep inhale in together, and exhale through the mouth. Let's take one more. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We're now going to come into an inversion. Again, ladies, just be mindful, depending on what time of the month it is. You might want to take your legs all the way up, maybe take them bent slightly, or just keep your feet flat on the mat. But if you can, we're going to come into a pose known as Viparita Karani. So you want our sacrum flat on the mat. Let's take our legs straight up to the air. If you're near a wall, you can maybe just swivel around. I've got a radiator here. And just use the wall space. And just rest your legs up against the wall. You're not working your abs. You're not trying to do too much here. Just enjoying the freedom of the blood flow rushing from your feet down your legs, and the oxygen is serving your hips. Done a lot of work in your hips today. Just enjoy that. So that your hands be free. If you're up against the wall, just start to push away from against the wall. If your legs are just up in the air, start to take them down so they're flat on the mat. We're going to come into our final pose, our Shavasana. I'm just going to straighten out my mat very quickly. Before Shavasana, let's just take a very quick twist. So with the left foot straight ahead of you, just bring your right leg and your right knee and just put it into your body. Just wind up through the hip. Should be a little bit more looser than when you first started. Just take the left hand and place it on the right side of the right knee and start to draw your right knee over your body. So just take it to its edge. If it's there for you, you can go all the way to the mat. It's great. If it's not, you've got to stay up a little bit. Just again, go to your edge. It's all good. You're not in competition with yourself or others. Just enjoy what your body can do. So take your right hand and your right gaze over to the right hand side. Again, as far as it will go. Just enjoy the twists you're creating here particularly in your abs, your midriff. Just draw the knee back up. Place it in front of you. This time your right leg is straight in front of you. You take your left knee, just draw it into your chest. Just wind up through the hips. This time take your right hand, place your right hand on the left hand side of the left knee. Start to draw your left knee across your body. And again, just go to your edge. Take your gaze over to the left hand side for a couple of breaths. You might not have heard that. There's a nice click and pop in my lower back. And then take your left knee, I should say, back to the center. Take your legs so they're back straight on the mat. Your feet are nice and wide. If you've got room, take your hands just either side of you. Squeeze all throughout the body. Squeeze from the legs all the way up through the hips, your midriff, your arms, your neck, your face, and relax. Just close the eyes and come to our Shavasana resting pose. Again, just enjoy this moment of stillness and silence. And again, just reward yourself and let yourself just be present. You're not forcing your breath. You can let go of the ujjayi breathing. Come into your natural breath. Just enjoy the support and surrender you give into the mat. Close your eyes. Connect your fists and just relax. Slowly just start to bring some movement to your feet and your hands. Maybe start to flick your fingers. Keep your eyes closed. With your eyes closed, just maybe move the head from left into right. Next inhale, again, keep the eyes closed. Just take your knees, draw them up towards your chest. Give yourself a nice hug in. And just take your knees and come to the fetal position. Either to the left side, the right side of your mat, whichever is more favorable. Again, keep your eyes closed. Just lie here for just a couple of seconds. When you're ready, just start to push up through your hands. Keeping your eyes closed. Again, come into a seated position, onto your knees. Just face the front. And your eyes are closed. Just take your hands up to your chest in a prayer position. Just take this moment to return to the intention of enjoyment. If the whole class wasn't enjoyable, just pick out one or two bits that you did enjoy. At the very least, reward yourself for just turning up and spending 60 minutes just to move and feel into your body and connect your body with your breath. Really use your breath beyond the mat. When you get into situations where people are doing your head in, you might be in an enclosed environment, just bring a sense of calmness and return to your breath. Next inhale, just take our hands just up to our forehead, our third eye. And just say thank you to yourself
Namaste. Look over the eyes, and it's all done. You've got your Sundays back now. Yeah, thanks for turning up. It's my mat was shifting a little bit around on the mat, on the carpet. Yeah, like I said, if you've got any questions, just feel free to drop them into the comment section. And I will, I think I'll be back next week. So same time, 12:30 next week, Sunday. If there's anything in particular you want to work on, again, feel free to let me know. Drop in the comments. I've got really tight hips and dodgy knees, so I know what my preference is. But yeah, do let me know, and we will be back. I'll just turn on a couple more tunes from Black Coffee, but I'll be switching off in a minute to give you time. So yeah, thanks for the comments. Thanks for turning up, and have a great day. Cheers, guys. Oh.